Hello, I am Paul M. Brumfield and this is PMB Travels. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do a hotel review of the Riu Punta Cana Palace. Today I have my sister Beverly and my niece Ruth. So we are going to speak about the good, the bad, and the indifferent. We're going to tell it all, and then you can make your own opinion on whether or not you do want to come to this hotel. So let's start off with the appearance. So what do y'all think? I thought when I first came up to it, I think it looked like a palace.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I was in awe driving up because when you come in, like when you approach the hotel, there are like two sort of ramps that lead up to what's the foyer and the reception. And that in itself is just so grand. It is like a palace. And then when you walk in, it's a huge marble, beautiful chandeliers, like the color coordination, the sofas. It's very regal, royal blues and gold. Yeah, it's definitely impressive.
The statues, the pictures, all in the lobby.
Yeah, beautiful, gorgeous. I thought the scenery was breathtaking. All the palm trees all over the place. It's very, very breathtaking, I think it was.
And we even went to Riu Macau because there's several of them around here, and we were not as impressed with the appearance. Riu Macau is one of the adult hotels. This hotel particularly is family-friendly hotel. So Riu Macau would just only be for adults, and we just was not as impressed as the appearance that this hotel has. Yeah. And so out of 5, 1 to 5.
On appearance?
On appearance.
It exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
it really did. The photos on on the actual Riu website is breathtaking, but when you're actually here, you're in awe.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very impressed by the way the hotel looks. It's just very planned well. The architecture, how bright white the palace is, how it sort of like almost glows in the sunlight.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you really feel like, wow, I'm on holiday somewhere. Very spectacular.
So 5 out for appearance.
Yes.
So the room, I did a room review. I had the balcony room, king size bed. So the configuration for every room may be slightly different. I went in Ruth's room and it almost had like a step down into the same area where the couch is. How was your room?
Yeah, mine has a step down too, where the couch is, and then the patio, through the patio.
So what you thought about the room, the size, the decor, what did you think about the rooms?
Yeah, again, really happy with that. I'm sharing the room with my mum. So we actually have 2 doubles, which I think is really good because a lot of hotels sometimes just give you singles.
Yeah.
No, you're
only
sharing
one
a
king
room.
or one queen. Yeah.
So that I noted immediately, thank goodness, is 2 doubles as opposed to a single, which can be quite uncomfortable as, as an adult, you don't tend to sleep in a single even at home. And then what I particularly like about my room, like you mentioned, it's got a step down into the living area where the couch is before you can open up to the terrace or balcony. And I quite like that distinction of the bedroom sleeping area and the lounge, the area that you can kind of relax. And I don't know if you've seen that there's almost like a partition here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, it kind of separates the room. So it almost feels like an apartment almost. So it feels a bit more at home, like it's perfect staycation, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bathroom's large. I've got a shower. I don't have a bath though, but I prefer to take a shower generally. And the shower's really large. It's a waterfall shower, so I love that you can just step under and you're just like it's all coming all over you.
Yeah.
So what you thought about the beds? My bed was okay in terms of comfortable. Everybody loves different beds. Some like hard mattresses, some like medium, soft. The pillowcases it was just not plush, and it was just flat. pillowcases. So I like big fluffy pillows in my hotels. What you thought about those?
I found the mattress a bit too soft to my liking.
Oh, yours was too soft.
I prefer a firm mattress.
Okay.
But I particularly noticed that because I suffer from occasionally lower back pain.
Okay.
So when I'm on a soft mattress, I can really feel like I don't have enough support. So I would say probably that like it's a bit too soft.
And mine was too firm to me.
Oh,
mine was just perfect.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Everybody has their preference for mattresses.
I don't like my mattress too firm, and I don't like it too soft. So it was just right.
There you go.
And like you said, the pillows were a little small.
Small, yeah.
Yeah, they were a little small.
But again, that wouldn't take away. That's not negative. It's not really a reason not to stay here.
Exactly.
I just asked for more pillows and just propped it up.
You have like 4 pillows in the bed, so you can always stack them.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
Thing I like about the decor of my room, every day when I come in, they make these little animals out of the towels and lay them on the bed, and there were little flowers sticking out of them. I thought that was beautiful. It reminded me of sailing.
See, everybody is different because I didn't get any animals. And so I got the flowers. I got the little flowers sprinkled around the sink and whatever, but towel animals, I guess they don't know how to do them on this side. I'm not sure.
That was beautiful.
There's 2 different wings like of the hotel, like almost like east, west, north, south, depending on how this hotel is. And so therefore, I don't know. I didn't get it. You got animals?
I got swan, a couple of
I got a heart.
I guess this side we didn't get any
swans.
no animals at all. It was just like be lucky your room is clean and just be satisfied with that.
Talking about cleanliness, I've had no complaints on clean.
No,
everything's always been clean.
Yeah.
Towels changed every day. I mean, there's certain instructions. Like if you want your towel changed, you leave it on the floor.
Yeah.
If you want your bedding changed, there's like a little sign that you can put on your bed to instruct the housekeeping, the service to change everything, which is quite usual for hotels.
Yes.
But there's honestly, it's so impressive. I haven't got a negative about cleanliness here.
So one of the good things that are consistent, because I've been to the Dominican Republic before, and one of the Rios, they don't give a face rag.
Yeah.
So
I got 2 in my room.
Really?
I got hand towels, but I didn't get any face rags at all.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
See,
when you say face rag, they're like that small.
The small one.
Yeah, but Mum and I got one.
So I didn't get any. And didn't get any. The last time I came here and stayed at a resort, I had to ask for a face rag, and then when they cleaned up the room, they took the face rag and then didn't replace it. So at this hotel, there's towels, there's the hand towels, but I bought one of those, the scrunchies, the loofahs, because I know that there may be an issue. So if you come here, just know that there may be a situation with face rags. So that was the room out of 10. What you thought? Cleanliness, overall appearance? Out of 5, I mean.
Out of 5, okay.
Yeah.
Satisfied?
4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, around there.
4.5, not perfection. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, a little here is not perfect. So I would agree with the 4.5. So let's look at the pool and the beach area. And so at this hotel there are 3 pools, 1 adult pool and 2 other pools. The adult pool has the swim up bar to it. And there's the bigger pool, which has like the cardio, the aqua gym they call it, the Roomba or the Zumba in the pool, and then just a smaller pool as well.
Yeah, so you've got pool volleyball in the smaller pool.
So I don't feel like it was the biggest pools I've had at a hotel. Like because there were so many people in the pool, I don't really feel that you could really swim in it. Like a lot of people was just kind of like, they were in it. A lot of kids were, because this is a family friendly hotel, so a lot of kids was in the pool. So because of that reason, floating devices was in the big pool. I had suggested to somebody that maybe the biggest pool should be for the adults, and maybe the one with the bar, and that third pool should probably be more family with the kids. So what you thought about the pool area? It had ample amount to me of chairs. Never went around and I felt like I couldn't find a chair. And actually, I had the same space for the whole time I was here.
Yeah.
And it was like, how you have the same space? It's just like, I guess nobody wanted to sit there because it was right near the music.
Yeah.
They had the speakers blasting. So it was perfect because I was like, I didn't have an issue with it. So what y'all thought about the pool area?
I agree with you about maybe that larger pool should be for adults only, because actually I spotted a little kiddie pool further away. So actually there's 4 pools.
Oh,
so I think there is like a little, or maybe I should walk past there, but I'm pretty sure I saw like a little kiddie slide and a kiddie pool like further away from the large pool. So I feel like if there is a dedicated children's pool, I think that should be for the families and young children. Yeah. And then the larger pool should be a place where adults can do laps and do the aquafit and those sort of activities. Then there's a pool where it has a net, so obviously that's for more activities.
Yeah.
And then obviously a swim up bar pool, which is for adults. So I think those 2 pools should be adults only, especially as the children have their own dedicated swimming pool. I suppose that seems a bit mean to say the children can't go, but if they've got their own area already, I kind of feel as though
But other hotels I've been at, the biggest pool is for the adults.
Yeah, it is
because they had like family friendly and they would be smaller, and it would usually be the difference would be also the bigger pools would be deeper.
Right.
All as well. Like I felt like this wasn't a deep pool.
No.
The big pool wasn't deep. It would usually be a little bit deeper, the bigger pool, and so then the family size and kid pool would be more shallow, as well. So that was the difference. I feel like the big pool wasn't really that deep. I feel like maybe 5 feet.
Yeah.
5 feet, maybe at the deepest point.
Right.
What you thought?
Yeah, I thought for the aquafit. I was doing the aquafit, and the kids were coming in between on the little floaters. So I was a little, I had to watch out for them and be afraid. Sometimes you're jumping around, you may hit them. So I think that was a bad idea to have the kids in the pool, especially while the aquafit is going on.
And then people wouldn't listen. The instructors would say only for adults for the aquafit, and still people would have their kids in the pool while the aquafit was going on. Yeah. So we're gonna include the pool area with the beach area. So what we thought about the beach, the cleanliness of it. I don't know what was on there. Seaweed. What was that on there?
For the first couple of days, definitely.
Because she was here before.
Yeah. So I arrived a couple of days before you did, and the first day we arrived, there was a lot of I would say, quite a fair bit of seaweed in the water and on the shore, the sand.
Yeah.
I'm sort of used. I've been to the Caribbean before. And it doesn't faze me having seaweed, but I didn't expect that. However, for the last 2 days, we've been here a total of nearly 5 days, isn't it? Yeah. And there hasn't been much seaweed at all. In fact, this morning when I went into the sea, I didn't see any. Okay. So maybe it's just something about the current, maybe something that goes on. But I never felt uncomfortable swimming in it at all. Yeah. I'd also say, one thing I was a bit surprised about, that there are approved sellers on the beach. So you don't get people hassling you on the beach like strangers. So that's really but there are approved, what looks like approved sellers who can come with coconuts or blankets and sunglasses and
trinkets.
And trinkets, And I've seen like them in t-shirts that say they're approved to be in that space, because that's we've obviously got private beach here. So I actually like that there aren't just random people approaching you, but the hotel, I suppose, have instructed certain people who can come on the beach to sell, to obviously make a living. But I never felt them aggressive in any sort of way. No.
They asked you, and see, the thing is, I was more by the pool, so it's good to have her perspective regarding the beach.
Yeah, I'd never. I mean, you can just say no, and they will leave. They're very respectful.
No hassle.
They move on.
Yeah, they move on.
Yeah.
And did you have experience with the beach?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I felt like I saw they had a lot of cots, ample amount of cots, but I did go into the beach like one time, smile at some ocean water, and that was it for me. So
I love the sea.
Okay, I'm back to the pool.
Yeah, well, I went in the pool and the waves were so strong they were knocking me over.
In the pool?
Yeah, no, in the beach.
In the beach. Oh, okay.
I went in the beach and the waves were so strong they were knocking me over. I said, I have to get out of here.
Yeah.
I prefer being in the sea than in the sea.
In the pool. Okay, so everybody's different.
Yeah.
So overall, between pool and beach area, what we thought? Out of 5?
Oh my goodness.
Maybe 3-ish, 4?
I'll say.
Well,
they're quite different. See, all the pools are quite different. So
well, in terms of like the size and everything,
overall.
I would say 3 for me, because of the size of the pool is not as big.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a big pool, it's decent, but with a lot of people here, I could imagine when the summer hits, because this is not the summer yet, how packed that pool is gonna get, and it's not that big for this big hotel. So I could only imagine. And they say the big pool, but it's not huge. And then you have smaller pools alongside of it. So I would give it a 3 because of that. You know, in terms of that. What would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe 2.5. Maybe even a 2.5.
Yeah.
I'm saying 2.5. But my experience of it is a 3. But I'm going 2.5, leaning towards 2.5, only because we're not in peak season.
Yes.
And as soon as the summer hits, like school holidays, that will be far too small.
Yes.
Children are in it now. If it bothers us now, imagine 2 months or 3 months from now when children are off from school.
Yeah.
It will be. I think it will be unbearable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just overwhelmed. That pool.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the entertainment. So entertainment, that means entertainment at night. So they have shows nightly. Not only do they have shows nightly, but they almost have a theme party every day, whether it's 3 to 7, or they'll have a night party around 7 to 8, and they have it in this place called Riu Land. So it's not on the premises, but you would have to walk, and it's not too far from here, maybe 10 minutes, maybe a 10-minute walk or so. So depending on how fast you walk, obviously. And to go there, I've seen also like shuttles. Now I'm not sure from this hotel, but there's maybe from other hotels there's shuttles and buses that will take you to Riu Land. And the first day we was here, it was the pink party, and if you like going to a party, it was something I've never seen. It was just
out of this world.
It was something I've only seen on like Instagram, MTV. It was it was very energetic. When we went by there, we was probably there like 10 minutes to kind of see what it was about, maybe 15 minutes. People were in the pool. I was like, I guess COVID is over. People were in the pool. There was a machine of suds just coming down on people. People was dancing on these podiums from the hotel, and the music was going. It was just like pure excitement.
Yes. I saw someone dashing dollars on a girl just like.
Oh yes. There was like a dance competition going. It was like, and so there was a night party that we went to. I think that was lime green. So more or less when they do have it, there's always different theme parties and colors. There was another day they did like a jungle theme party. So that's that. And so throughout the course of the day, there's always all these activities going on. Roomba class, there's stretching happening. There's the aquafit as we talked about before. There's is it Roomba or Zumba? Zumba on the beach.
Yeah.
There's darts. There's bocce competitions. There's bingo if you like bingo. There's a whole list of things. And the programs usually start around 10. And then 10 and around 5, somewhere around there. The ones that is at the hotel, and then they have the shows nightly. We have seen the nightly show, a Michael Jackson show. Last night was a rock show. Am I missing something? What else?
Tonight, Chicago.
And then we saw the what was the other show? The show we saw the first night.
Magic show.
The magic show. So they had a magic show as well. And so they try to keep you entertained from more or less morning till night. I thought for entertainment, I think because they offer so much for different levels. I mean, I think they offer so much for different levels. I would give it like a 5.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
5.
I agree.
They offer so much for. If you want to party, it's here.
Yeah.
If you like night shows, it's there. They have also like after the night shows, if you just want to, there's like singers on the stage, so people sometimes will just be dancing. Bingo, obviously, for the more low key. If you just want to relax and do that. If you just want to do something on the beach, they do have volleyball, beach volleyball, and volleyball in the pool. And so I think they offer so much. So I think like entertainment staff as well, I think has got to be a 5.
Yes.
So what do we have next? The food. I know that's something that people have been asking about, or probably will be asking about. What about the food? Are you ready? The good, the bad, the indifferent. Are you ready? All right. So buffet. Let's start with the buffet, and then we go into the specialty restaurants. So the buffet. I think the buffet food, I know sometimes people don't like buffet food. I think the buffet food was delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think for breakfast, lunch, dinner, like it was just flavorful. It was like there was hardly nothing that I ate that was not good in the buffet. So what y'all thought about the buffet?
Yeah, that's it. You had anything that you fancy having. If you just want, just pizza, maybe burger, you have that. But if you want something like a steak or pasta or chicken, and every day I felt like they mixed it up. There was not much repetition at all. But like you said, the seasoning, the flavoring, yes. I was really impressed.
Yes.
I mean, I've been to some hotels and the buffet is always the one thing that I least like about my stay. This has been, if I don't fancy, especially at like one of the restaurants, I know for sure I'm gonna have something tasty at the buffet.
Yeah, what you thought?
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Everything was very seasoned, excellent choices.
Yeah, and it had for like lunch, it was like steak, pork, chicken, fish,
paella,
it was like if you want just the for the kids, obviously if they want the burgers, the fries, it had so many choices that and it was like this is not good, and all of it was to me that I've tasted was good. So I think that I think 5.
That's a 5.
I think that's a 5. Now here's the thing: the specialty restaurants. Now, so on this. At this resort, there's like several specialty restaurants. I have written them down here. There is the Japanese restaurant Yokohama. There's a Crystal restaurant, which is like a gourmet restaurant. They titled it. A Spanish restaurant called La Bodega. Then there is the Italian restaurant Luigi. And then they have a steakhouse on the premises. So we went to Luigi one night, and then we went to the steakhouse the other night. A few mixed reviews, to say the least. So let's talk about it. So what did you have at Luigi? So first of all, at Luigi, it started with this particular restaurant. It starts with everyone at a little mini buffet where you get your appetizers. So bruschetta, bread, some pastas. They had lasagna there, and so therefore everybody gets a choice of the same type of appetizers. So where you have your choice is then the entree and the dessert. So what about your dessert?
So
what about your entree and dessert?
I was a little surprised that there was a self-service for the appetizers. I was expecting a full table service for the restaurant. So that was probably the first thing that I thought, oh, okay, so I still have to get up and get food at a buffet for the starters or the appetizers, which I thought they were quite nice.
Yes, I agree.
They were okay. It was
For the
tasty.
appetizers,
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah.
And then for my main, I ordered the lamb. But when it arrived, it looked like pork chops. I assumed that the lamb dish would be like a rump of some sort, but not a chops.
Yeah.
And so to me, it tastes like pork chops. It didn't taste like lamb. It was seasoned really well. And what I did like, though, is that the server did ask you how you would like it cooked. Medium, well done, or whatever. And so I like that they gave you an option of how well it's to be cooked. So I was quite impressed by that the chef catered for that.
Yeah.
But I even though it tastes like pork chops to me, it was. it did. I don't know. I really loved it.
So it was called rustic Florentine lamb. That's probably why she thought she was looking for like more of a lamb, a roast.
Yeah,
but it didn't say chops.
It didn't say
lamb chops.
Yeah,
and it came down as lamb chops.
Yes. Yeah, but it tastes like pork.
It tastes like pork.
I don't know about that.
and your dessert was?
A vanilla. Oh no, what was it again? What did I have? Sorry, I can't remember what I had now. You had like a lemony tart thing with ice cream.
Yes.
What did I have?
What did you have? Why should you remember?
I'm so sorry.
For the dessert?
For the entree.
For the entree, I had the lamb chops.
Okay, so you had the lamb chops, and you thought that
I thought it was great. I had it because I've seen lamb chop like that. I bought it like that in the store already.
And you made it, okay.
I made it, so it was good. It was well seasoned. It was tender, like I'm accustomed to.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it.
And you had for the dessert?
For the dessert, I had the tiramisu.
And what you thought about that?
I thought it was good. Yeah,
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
So all of the entrees came with more or less the same size. It came with potatoes, garlic, some pepper, like more or less it had like similar sides that you could have. But I had now ravioli with shrimp, and it was supposed to be lobster. They said I guess they didn't have lobster, so they substituted the lobster for shrimp. So ravioli with cheese and shrimp, and the ravioli was overcooked. The shrimp was flavorful, almost on the verge of being overcooked. So I didn't enjoy my entree at all. So yeah, I didn't enjoy my entree, but they had the it was like a limoncello. It was like a baba cake. They called it something like that. It was like a small cake, and they said baba limoncello, and so that I thought was delicious. Mm-hmm. But I was really disappointed of the entree. I really was disappointed, and so outside of it, because of that, I think the entree is the biggest part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like the appetizer was like, all right, that was all right. It wasn't like mind blowing. It was just like, okay, it was this is the appetizer, and so maybe 2.5 or so. I know y'all would rate it higher because y'all love your stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed mine.
Yeah, I'll give it 4.
Yeah, I
so,
give mine a 4 as well.
And so she liked it. So maybe when you go to this restaurant, this is the because my nephew also had the ravioli. He said the same thing. Yeah. So maybe the ravioli is not the best choice for entrees if you do decide to go to the Italian restaurant. Yeah. But they loved the lamb chops. Okay. So there's a recommendation right there. You go to Luigi, go get the lamb chops. Yeah. And so therefore we went to the steakhouse and we have mixed reviews for the steakhouse. So it was almost like family style. So everybody on the table got grilled chicken Caesar salad, and then they had crab cakes. I was like, I didn't know where the crab was.
I didn't even know it was crab. it looked just battered something. Like little chicken nuggets.
Yeah, they were little tiny.
I had no crab taste at all in it. Wow. So that was a thumbs down for me. It was as you said, it was just like battered, and it was like yellowish oranges, I guess, inside, and it had some sauce. And it was like, okay, this is not. I don't know where they got this recipe from.
Not
It
a
was
crab
like
cake.
this is not Maryland crab cakes
Not
in
a
the
crab
lakes.
cake.
It was.
No.
I don't know what it was. It was a cake. It was a seasoned cake, but not a crab cake. And so then for the entree, I like my entree. My entree was the New York strip steak, and I had gotten it medium well. And all of those came with more or less similar things. All of the came with corn. What else?
Sprouts, Brussels sprouts,
Brussels sprouts,
and was it a tomato?
Yeah.
and a tomato,
Grilled tomato.
and a grilled tomato. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Brussels sprouts was overcooked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not.
So it was waterlogged. So that was a no-go. I didn't have the tomato, but one of my sisters at the table said that it was undercooked because it was supposed to be grilled, but it seemed like, you know, some part of it was like nice and charred or grilled, and then other parts was just like it was raw, a raw tomato. Even though, I mean, it's tomato.
Yeah.
But still, it's supposed to be grilled and like
Yeah.
have those notes, and then it was just like not well done. So I like the corn.
I didn't eat mine at all.
I tasted it. It tasted a little soggy to me.
Waterlogged as well,
Yeah.
like it was just too boiled,
Yeah.
overboiled. So the sides, remember, the sides is the same for everybody, for all of the dishes.
Yeah.
The sides were not really that good at all.
No.
My steak was flavored well. What did you have for your entree?
I had a ribeye,
The ribeye.
cooked medium well.
What you thought?
Great, delicious.
Mine was, and
I really like that.
I had a baby back. Well done. It was tender and juicy, so it was good.
so the entrees were good, but the sides were not good.
And then I was surprised that they served with the entree. They served the fries. Remember they had
They were like
Mexican
potato
fries?
wedges, weren't they?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes, I forgot all
surprised.
about that.
I was surprised about that.
Yeah, so everybody had their little individual basket of potato wedges,
Yeah.
which were good.
They were
Yeah,
still
okay.
like seasoned wedges, not
Yes.
just
Yeah.
plain
Yes.
potatoes. So kind of.
That was unusual, I thought.
And
What would
for-
you have had with it? Like steak chips? Like thick
Or those
cut
thicker
chips?
ones? No, those I think was fine.
You like the wedges?
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
everyone
didn't,
got
yeah, it didn't
the
have to be
wedges.
skinny.
Mhm.
And then so for dessert, I had the chocolate cake, which was delicious. But there was a controversy with one of the desserts. Which one you had?
What did I have? I have, the pie, the lemon pie with
Yes.
ice cream. I don't know what that was.
It was
Another
the
thing
apple
where we
pie.
didn't know what it was.
It was a surprise.
They said it-
apple pie to me.
It was a round cake. They were trying to dig to see where the
Where the
apple
apple
was.
was.
They was like, I think I tasted a little bit of apple. It was not what we considered apple pie at all.
No.
And so the only thing you liked on that dessert was probably the ice cream.
I wasn't too crazy about the ice cream
I
either.
wasn't even.
What was it?
I had it very sweet.
I was
Oh.
feeling chunks in it like
Ice was it like?
I don't know,
almost-
like
Oh
a
my
cookie dough kind of thing in
Yeah,
the ice cream.
I wasn't
Oh.
feeling it.
No, that was a
So that was horrible. So
yes.
the steakhouse, unfortunately, the entree can't save it. I mean, the one protein on the entree can't save the
No.
whole meal.
Yeah,
No.
Unfortunately,
So maybe a 2.
too.
I
Yeah.
think a 2. It was really underwhelming. Like the whole
Yeah.
experience. Obviously, the good thing was that family was together, but then we didn't really enjoy it, and we had a situation. Should we mention it?
Yeah. Well, my mum doesn't eat steak, so she ordered a salmon at the steakhouse. Maybe that might be why, but she ended up having food poisoning, so she was out cold for like 24 hours with a stomach bug, and wasn't able to leave her room yesterday. And everything, we more or less ate the same food yesterday, and the only thing that was different was that she ordered salmon, where the rest of us ordered either steak or the ribs. So I think it was the salmon was undercooked, but she did say that the top of the salmon looked almost burnt, well done.
Yes.
But when she cut in, she said that it was slightly pink. Now that to me would have been a bit of a
red flag.
A red
Yeah.
flag.
Yeah.
But she didn't say anything. But she thought it was a bit pink and undercooked. And that evening it was the whole night she was up.
So I think definitely there's some type of temperature issues with the cooking at the steakhouse, because I did see it because I was sitting right across from her, and it looked like it was, you know, it was. You would think it was blackened salmon, but it wasn't blackened salmon. It was just salmon. So they must have put it on the grill, whatever. They saw it dark on the outside and said it was done, but it was a thick piece of salmon. So if the temperature, anytime you're cooking something and you have a thick piece, if the temperature is not right, then you'll have it where the outside looks very cooked, but the potential of the inside not being cooked. So that was the situation with that. I think, you know, maybe with the Brussels sprouts overcooking things, like the tomatoes, it was almost like tomato. The tomato was like it was like charred on grills.
Yeah,
but on the inside, it wasn't all cooked like equally. Yeah. So they did that to the salmon, maybe just grilled it or whatever, and then just say, here, it's cooked. You know, maybe it needed to go into the oven, or maybe pan-sear it, or I don't know. But
I think most of the vegetables are overcooked.
Yeah.
Because I tried asparagus. I love asparagus, and it was just you try to cut it. It was just water.
Yeah.
There was all the vegetables.
So that was the good, the bad, and the indifferent on this review. So overall, what do we say?
For the specialty
everything 1 to 5. Even though we had some snafus or whatever they call that. What would you say?
Can I just say one thing? The redeeming factor. So I, up until yesterday, didn't care for any desserts in the buffet. I never really touched the desserts in the buffet, but they always looked really great. I stuck to fresh fruit because it's delicious, like the mango and the pineapple and everything. So I just purposely went for the fruit for dessert instead of having like the cakes and the sweet stuff. But however, there is, what we haven't mentioned, a little coffee bar place.
Yeah.
And they serve the most delicious desserts, like little cakes and stuff, which is not included in a buffet or the specialty restaurants. Now, those cakes are delicious.
Yes.
I got like this.
That's kind of like in the lobby area.
Oh my, that was
further in when you walk in.
A game changer. Now, I've got a bit of a sweet tooth. So I'll be there every evening. After dinner, I might just pop to the coffee. Yeah. And this is a lounge, and there's a pianist there as well playing music, and you can sit and from time to time, and you can have any coffee, hot chocolate, whipped cream on top, and then in the stand behind the stand are these gorgeously decorated cakes that, like, I had this pistachio finger, what would you call it, like a finger slice thingy. I had 3.
Yeah.
And that was after a steakhouse, so I was really full of that, but I was like, I just had 3.
Like an eclair.
Eclair. It was stuffed with like this pistachio cream, and on top had the pistachio icing up. Yeah. And then I went back, you know, in the evening. I was supposed to get my mum tea to help with her stomach, but I went by her there and got another one. It's like 4.
She's hooked.
She's hooked.
So, I mean, there's many bars, as you know. There is a sports bar as well. So if you know, for individuals who like to go and can't miss a game when they're on vacation, there's TV in the sports bar as well. You can get 24-hour snacks. Snacks weren't all that.
In the sports bar.
In the sports bar, it wasn't all of that in the sports bar. But if you're really hungry, there is something there.
Yeah.
So 1 to 5 overall. What we think of the place with everything?
I'm gonna go 4.5. I think, apart from, I struggle to come up with negatives. I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel as though I'm being complaining for complaining. Well, because we're doing a review, so I'm trying to just find some negatives. But if I wasn't doing this recording, I'd say my stay here was practically perfect.
That's good.
Yeah.
I loved it too. I would say maybe a 4 because, you know, with the Snapple with the specialty restaurant. I think specialty restaurants, you're expecting an elevated experience. The wait staff was always good. I never had issues with the wait staff, but when the food is not elevated, it's just like,
Yeah.
you know?
With the damper and things.
Yeah. What you think?
Yeah, I think of 4.5.
4.5. Okay, so somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So there you have it. That's our review of the Riu Palace at Punta Cana. So do me a favor, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and until next time, happy travels.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.